mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality.
Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
It's another day in the life of the Jamesons, maybe a family a little bit like yours. Except it's not really just another day. Today's the day I'm taking my family surfing around the world on the internet. Why, we'll see dinosaurs, order baseball tickets, even plan our family's vacation to Disney World.
It's cool. Dad's finally installed the internet on our home computer. Now I can surf the net anytime I want, not just during my 1-hour computer class at school.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Hi there, and welcome to our home as we share with you the basics of the internet so that your family can take advantage of this exciting new world like ours has.
You'll learn how the net can entertain you, transport you to far-off locations, help your children with their schoolwork, and make working at home easier.
Don't worry, there's cool stuff too.
And it's not just for boys either.
Why, you can even plan a family adventure on the net.
Hey! So join us in the next half hour as we explore the infinite possibilities on the Family Guide to the Internet.
We hope you'll enjoy it because we've made this presentation basic and easy to follow with plenty of helpful hints.
It's great if you're starting out on the internet or even just thinking about installing it on your computer.
Or if you keep hearing about the internet but are totally confused about what it's all about.
But before we get started, you may want to pause the tape and get a pencil and paper. We'll be covering lots of exciting things, and you want to take notes.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
First, let's give our viewers a preview of what they'll be seeing.
Well, in this program, we'll be covering what you'll find on the internet, surfing the World Wide Web the easy way, using news groups to share information with people all over the world, and email, electronic mail. Plus, new high-tech developments that include online banking, buying and selling stocks, and shopping.
Yay! Email? Now that's something everyone needs to know about.
Plus, how to download free software and video conferencing. We'll even tell you how to make domestic and international long-distance phone calls for the price of a local call.
Wow, think of the money we'll save.
And we'll show you some important websites for the whole family to use.
Well, that's exciting stuff. I'll bet our home viewers can't wait to get underway.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 hold on a minute. First, we have to cover some of the basics.
You're going surfing on the internet.
So, Peter, why don't you tell our viewers what you learned at school? You know, about the history of the internet.
Okay, the internet was started by the U.S. Defense Department back in the 1960s. For years, the main users of the internet were government agencies, universities, folks like that. The internet was actually set up as a communication system between defense agencies, scientists, and government contractors. That was way back when computers filled whole rooms and the general public knew very little about them.
Yeah, that's true. I still remember when they introduced those little punch cards to register for classes at college.
Exactly, Dad. And way back in those days, the internet was designed as a non-centralized system for security reasons. And this decentralization is what gives the net its unique, democratic operating approach, even today. Then, as the public became more knowledgeable about the internet, the government relinquished its control and the internet became privatized. And that's where the excitement began, for all of us.
Okay, so if no one owns the internet, who runs it?
Well, it's a lot of people, really. Private businesses, universities, and others have banded together to make it accessible to everyone. You might say it's the ultimate democratic system. It's supported by thousands of computers and millions of users all over the world.
So how does it all work?
That's a hard one, Dad. You'd better take it.
Okay, son. Without getting too technical, the internet operates through a series of what are called protocols or languages that computers use to talk with each other. The protocol used is called TCP/IP, with Unix as the programming language.
Dad, I'm still confused.
Well, honey, TCP is the name of a language, like the language we speak is English. And Unix is the programming language, like the alphabet makes up words in English.
Now I get it.
Thank goodness you don't need to know all of this techno-speak to get on the internet. It's all been done for you through a new series of user-friendly programs. Phew.
Okay, Mom. So we understand the history of the internet and that teepee stuff that they used to talk to each other. Let's tell them about the fun stuff.
Yeah, like email and web pages, and exactly what you will need to do to access the internet on your computer.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. To access the internet, you'll need a computer.
Our family bought a computer, but that doesn't mean that you need to own one.
You're right. You can jump on the net from a variety of locations, like libraries, universities, a computer at work, even TV at home via the new web TV system. Just look and you can probably find a resource nearby.
But if you're planning to install the net on your own computer, there are certain basics that you'll need. The most important is that you need to have 8 megs of RAM memory as an absolute minimum. 16 megs or more are preferred because the system will run faster.
RAM memory is like your computer's brain. It needs to be big enough to handle all of the information you can access through the internet.
And you need a modem to transfer that data from the information provider.
The modem links you to the outside world through your telephone line. It's really useful to have a 28.8 modem or faster, particularly if you'll be transferring graphic files. Otherwise, you'll find yourself doing the old hurry up and wait while the files are being transferred.
You're going surfing on the internet.
So, what's next for our viewers? I mean, after they've gone to the computer store to get the right equipment.
Now you'll need to install the software and connect up your modem. Depending on the internet vendor you've selected, you'll have a different set of steps to go through to finally get the program installed. Today they've automated the installation process, but it can still take some patience. So, first off, you need to get an internet service provider or ISP.
An internet service provider? What's that?
That's the company that connects you to the internet through special super high-speed lines.
And there are a couple of ways to choose a service that connects you to the internet.
That's right. There are online service companies and there are ISPs that provide direct service to the internet.
So what's the difference between them?
Well, online service companies provide content of their own and they give you more help in navigating around the net. Direct internet service providers or ISPs are for those who prefer to do things on their own. They link you directly to the internet, but navigating around can be a little bit more experimental.
So America Online and CompuServe are online companies, and the AT&T, MCI, and Netcom services would be ISPs, right?
Right, so let's review. There are 2 ways to get on the internet, either through online service companies or internet service providers, ISPs.
Very good. You know, but either way, you'll still need to install your internet software.
And which installation approach you use will depend on whether you're using an online service company or a direct ISP. If you're using an online service company, you'll be provided an installation disk to get you online.
And the discs are free. You just call them to get yours.
The disk will lead you through a series of screens for the installation of the software. You might also need to make some refinements in your modem settings. They'll give you on-screen commands that will ask you to type in your name, address, and credit card information so you can be billed your monthly service charges.
You will also be asked to select a password. It's like a PIN number at the bank. It protects you from fraudulent charges on your account.
With the newer systems, you'll find that a lot of the process has been simplified for you, but you may need to consult the installation booklet or technical assistance if you have problems.
And a final word of caution, make sure your internet service provider provides a local phone number. This may sound obvious, but we had a friend in Los Angeles that signed up with an ISP in San Francisco. They were having a great time on the internet until they got their phone bill.
You're going surfing on the internet.
On the other hand, setting up your system for a direct internet service provider is more complex, and installing the internet with an ISP can sometimes take almost an hour.
So you'll want to get a book on manually installing dial-up networking if you need this information.
That is, unless your internet service provider has developed an automated installation for their service, which more and more of them have.
If this is the case, you simply follow the instructions that you receive with the program to set it up.
Even though some of our viewers may not take the time to install the internet right now, let's give them some additional installation tips so when they do, they'll be well prepared.
Good idea, Anne. First, be sure to set aside enough time for the installation process, and you might recruit a computer-savvy friend or relative to help. Then you'll want to start with the obvious basics. Make sure your computer system itself is up to the task. If you've been having other problems, get those fixed first.
That's true. So then what?
Back up your data on a tape so that if you have any problems, you're safe. Then, use a defragmentation program to make it easier for your system to install the new program. And finally, be sure to follow all of the installation information you've received very closely.
It's a very good point, and actually follow all of the instructions they give you. It will save you a lot of time figuring out problems later.
And now for a quick review. Set aside enough time. Get any other computer problems fixed, back up your data, defragment your disk, and follow all installation information.
Okay, Dad. So I've got my computer with the correct amount of memory. I've hooked up my modem to the phone jack. I've installed my ISP or online provider. So what's next?
You're going surfing on the internet.
Well, now it's time to push the button and get online.
Finally.
Hey, just a minute, you guys. First, you'll need to install your browser. The browser is the application that allows you to view all of the information on the web.
You forgot to tell them that installing a browser is simple and often it's free.
That's true, Dasha. Sometimes you can get it free from your ISP, or a friend can download it for you on a disk.
And don't forget, Mom, you can also buy a browser or download one from the internet.
You guys are jumping way ahead of yourselves. First, Peter, you might want to explain what it means to download.
That's simple. It means to transfer a file of information from a main computer or server to your computer.
And it's easy to do, too. Even I know how. You simply highlight the link for the information you want, then save it on your disk to install or use later. You can download games or anything.
And the browser's built-in helper applications allow you to view or play some files right away. So to download a browser, you'll want to download it to your location on a hard drive, typically your temp directory, so you can install it.
You're going surfing on the internet.
Now you need to connect to your ISP. You click on the icon and then choose Connect.
You can hear it dialing. Sounds weird, huh? Now it's verifying our secret password.
And now we're online, finally.
So Peter, minimize that window so we can get it out of our way.
Now that we're online, we need to learn about search engines so that we can find the information we need.
A search engine is an application that does exactly what its name says it will do. It searches for information on the net.
And you can easily access a search engine from your browser.
There are hundreds of specialized search engines to choose from. However, the most popular ones automatically appear after you select Search the Net from your browser menu.
Then you choose the search engine, like Yahoo or Alta Vista, and the words for your topic you want to search for, so that the search engine can search the net for the websites containing information on that topic. So let's say that I wanted to get information about surfing in Hawaii. I just type in Hawaii and surfing, and cowabunga, up comes a list of all sorts of places that contain information I want. And guess what I'm doing when I'm going through all this information?
I know, you're surfing the net.
Oh, so that's what surfing the net means.
Now let's take a look at how to open web pages directly. That is, if we already know their addresses. First, we type http://
Then you usually type in www. That stands for World Wide Web. And then put in the address you're looking for. For example, in this case, we'll type in Netscape, and then finally .com, which designates that the address is a commercial organization.
Once we get to the Netscape site, there's a lot of useful information there, like the What's New and What's Cool listings that show us the newest sites on the net.
And your friends may tell you about particular websites as you become more internet savvy. You'll notice web addresses everywhere. Television, magazines, newspapers. Oh, it appears we have a few possibilities here. Okay, now let's use a search engine to get on a real net project.
Okay, let's say Peter needs some help with his homework. How about that report you're supposed to do on the history of the United Nations?
Well, I can take it from here, Dad. First, I type in the search keywords, as they're called. Then I press the button. And then whoosh, I've got tons of resources from all over the world.
That is so amazing and so fast.
And now we've got some great web pages with all sorts of information to choose from.
So you might select about the UN so that you could find out about its history, right?
You're right, sis.
And I can't think of a better example than that to illustrate the power of the internet in helping our children with their schoolwork.
Doing schoolwork is fun now.
Me too. I surf all over the net getting information for my homework assignments.
You're going surfing on the internet.
So where should we go from here?
Why don't we show our viewers some of the places they can go just by surfing the net?
Sounds great.
Let's say you're looking for a review of computer CDs. Here's a giant selection to choose from, and it's constantly being updated.
Or if you're feeling a little hungry, my flock, we can just check out the site for recipe ideas. There's lots of others too. Oh, I have a better idea. Honey, why don't you take us out to a restaurant and I'll check the restaurant search before we go.
Or how are your stocks doing right now? Check them at PC Quote.
No stocks because you've got no job? Try searching America's Job Bank and other employment resources. How about continuing education from the world's largest extension program at UCLA?
Need a package shipped in a hurry? FedEx is there to help.
How about a little online shopping, Anne?
Oh, shopping sounds good. I can never pass up a bargain. And it's fun for the whole family. Let's try it out.
Do you have teenage gamers in the family like we do? You'll be interested to know about these.
Or you can use the Yahoo search engine to find hundreds of games.
And there are lots of other cool resources for kids on the net.
And you can access encyclopedias that don't become outdated.
And what fun would be life without MTV?
CNET is one of the most popular sites on the web and always has the latest in computer happenings, along with information on the CNET television show.
And here's a great find. Real Audio allows you to hear excellent sound quality in real time on the net. You can dial in to a lot of great new music and regular news updates.
Hey, Peter, what's new in the news?
The internet has news lines for all of the popular news resources. You can get up-to-the-minute information from the Los Angeles Times, CNN, the New York Times, and the Wall Street Journal. Wow!
Hey, here's a great one for our next night at the movies. I can search hundreds of movie reviews for free.
And how about viewing the online editions of magazines?
Yeah. Hey, what about television on the net?
There's NBC and other network links. They have contests and a viewers club. Being a certified sports nut, a few of my other favorites are here too.
Dad and I can get current stats and scores, all the important sports news.
Now, how about we take the family out to a concert? We can buy the tickets online.
Okay. And if you're interested in politics, you and your children can learn the history of the presidency and the White House. You can even write the prez directly. There's even a special White House tour for kids. You can learn about the legislative process and how to contact your legislators. You know, this is great for students. I wish I had something like this when I was in school.
Hey, we can start planning our summer vacation on the net.
Yes.
Wow, what a blast. The internet has everything. There's so much to learn.
You're going surfing on the internet.
Okay, Peter, let's say our viewers want to stay in touch with email.
You know, email is still the #1 use of the internet, Mom. But first we'll have to make sure the basics are set up. You can download an email program from an FTP site or set up the email program provided with your online software.
It's really easy to use. Once installed, you follow some of the same steps used to get on the internet.
First, we're going to need to connect to our ISP. Remember that one? Our internet service provider. There, now our computer is connected, and we're ready to access our email program. It might be one that's integrated into our browser program, or you can download others free of charge.
Email is a great way to stay in touch with business clients, friends, and family. Look, here's an invitation from your cousin Marie about the surprise party for Aunt Dottie's 60th birthday.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you RSVP that one right now?
Yeah, Peter, tell her we'd love to come. Is there anything we can do? Love and kisses, Rich, Ann, and the kids.
Okay.
Email is very cool. I email my best friend Janet all the time. Mom says it's better than hanging out with her on the phone for hours.
You're going surfing on the internet.
Check these out. They're great internet programs that allow you to talk long distance anywhere in the world for just the price of a local call.
One of the most popular is called VocalTech, and there are similar products like Microsoft's NetMeeting too.
Let's try it out. Hello?
Hello, this is London, England calling.
These products offer a great new way to share information with people all over the world. And all you need to operate them is a basic sound card. It allows your computer to transmit sound. It's usually included in newer computers, but if yours is older, you may need to add one. And the best part is that you can download free demos of these products. And some come bundled free with web browsers.
Cool.
There's even an online directory information service. My favorite is 411. You can look up the email addresses of your friends, business addresses, phone numbers, even celebrities.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Now what's this, Dad?
Oh, this is a great application. This is what we've been hearing about for years. It's low-cost video conferencing from the internet.
Yeah, you can have business conferences without traveling to the meeting, stay in touch with family members, even make new electronic friends around the world.
Wait, and you say it's low cost. I heard video conferencing can cost $5,000 or more.
That's the best part about this application. You can get this whole system with the Connectix camera and their video phone software for only about $250. Or you can download the popular See You, See Me software for free.
Oh, that's great. I can see myself now. I have my 15 minutes of fame online.
Oh, geez, honey, you deserve at least 30.
Oh.
You're going surfing on the internet.
Want to try at-home banking from your computer? Most major banks have a home page.
You can get account information, pay bills, even apply for a loan in the comfort of your own home.
That's what I like, easy money.
Well, it certainly makes handling your money easier, son. That's the trend, you know. The internet has moved from information to interaction.
I like that, information interaction. I have to write that one down.
News groups are another major area of internet activity and a great way to meet people with similar interests.
If you've got a hobby, sewing or crocheting, for example, or travel, every part of the world is there. Or cultural subjects you're interested in learning about. News groups and real-time chat groups are easy to access.
You're going surfing on the internet.
Now, we all want the Jamesons to be good netizens, don't we?
We sure do.
Okay, so let's make sure that our viewers are all aware of some netiquette. You recall Emily Post, don't you? Don't slurp your soup, please and thank you, that sort of thing.
Are you kidding? I've got Mrs. Nash in school this year.
Well, netiquette is a little bit like that, except it applies to our online manners. So we shouldn't spam anyone.
That's sending junk email to lots of people you don't know, right?
Right. Hey, you're a quick learner.
Otherwise, maybe you'll get flamed. That's when you get nasty mail from others, sometimes anonymous users.
And one way to get flamed for sure is to ask a lot of newbie questions without first getting the facts.
That's right. Rich, you sound more and more like Joe Friday. Are you becoming a detective?
Well, all internet users need to be detectives of sorts to seek out the answers to their questions. And facts, or listings of frequently asked questions, are the right place to look for the information you need. In fact, there are several specific fact news group lists just for new users.
Check them out.
Here's another hint. Don't type in all caps, you look like you're shouting.
And since we're talking about do's and don'ts, let's put in a word here about keeping the net safe for your children.
You're going surfing on the internet.
I'm especially concerned about some of the sites we hear about in the news, Rich.
As well we should be, Anne. There are now several software packages that help parents by restricting the internet news groups and websites that your children are exposed to. It's a little like the V-chip they're putting into TVs.
But nothing's perfect, so the best way to avoid problems is to go online with your children yourself, like we do, and monitor just what they're doing.
There are so many exciting things you can do on the internet. We could go on and on.
I'm sure you could, Peter, but actually I have a little surprise for you all. We're going to Disney World on our family vacation, and I planned it all on the internet.
All right.
All right.
In the meantime, we hope you've learned a lot today.
Surf's up. See you on the net.
Yeah, if I can ever get any time on our computer.
Maybe we need 2 computers.
Good idea!
On your mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace set free. Hello, virtual reality.
Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.